Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Anthony here from the Wall Street Bull and Earn Curve. How are we all, ladies and gentlemen? It's just after 7 p.m. here in Melbourne, and it is the 27th of October, 2025. Let me know if you can hear me clearly. I do have my espresso, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a little bit early, so I just wanted to get in and get the news out to everybody today, because cryptocurrency seems to be on the move, which is really nice to see that. We're going to go through all of the news. I hope everyone has been doing well. So it's really positive to see the price of Bitcoin go a lot higher. We'll wait for a few more people to join in on the live stream. Welcome T-Ball, by the way. Welcome. As always, let me know where you're watching from around the world. It's always awesome to see where everybody's watching from globally, because crypto is worldwide. It's not just one, spot around the world. That is for sure. Good morning, Via 2. Good morning. Good morning. If it's morning over there, I hope you're having an espresso like I am. I just made this, ladies and gentlemen. We'll wait for a few more people to jump in on the live stream, and then we'll get through all of the incredible news that's come out. As always, we've got Julie. Welcome, Julie, from the Gold Coast. We've got ISO Maxi. Caught me cooking dinner. What's for dinner? Mine's just coffee, to be honest with you. Hi, mate, from Sydney. Welcome. Hope the weather's been all right up in Sydney, by the way, because Melbourne the last couple of days has been an absolute disaster. Like yesterday, the rain here in Melbourne was ridiculous. It was honestly the worst. Ordis, welcome. Ordis. London's in the house. We've got New Zealand. Welcome, Josh from New Zealand. Boston Billy. Was Melbourne, now Brisbane. How good is that? Send some of that sunshine down here. We've got Maskless. Good morning from England. Welcome. Neto, we've got G'day Ant. G'day and at the Children's for the op. Oh, okay. Hope everything's going well there. We've got snags for dinner. That's nice. Wouldn't mind a snag, actually. So, I don't know if anyone knows, we have this warehouse facility here in Australia where we buy hardware supplies, and I've pretty much got everything there. They've got Bunnings, it's called. And we have a snag there at Bunnings. I haven't had one of those in years. Anyway, all right, we've got a few people in the live stream now. We've got Grant from Malta in the house. How good is that? Welcome. G'day from Grafton's, New South Wales. Welcome, Shane. I hope everyone's got their coffee and their dinner going whilst we go over the news today. There is a lot to get through, so let's get into it, guys. We're going to go over the prices, of course, coin market cap, check what the market cap, total crypto market cap today is. It's actually up, which is nice. I'm going to go over my spot crypto exchange Earn Curve, the Octobots. As you can hear, they're trading for me flat out, non-stop. They're in the green. We do have XRP news. This is really bullish, but the first spot ETF, which is REX Osprey, hit $100 million in assets under management, which is huge. Let's go here. We've got a price prediction for Ripple and XRP as always. Evernorth could mirror MicroStrategy, which is enormous for XRP in general. Ethereum, Tom Lee, very, very bullish on Ethereum as always. We also have the Fed in the United States, could potentially cut rates, which is very, very nice. So, of course, that's always positive in the markets anyway. We've got Solana strengthens as gradual gains indicate renewed demand from buyers. I'm bullish on Solana. This is an interesting one. We do have Arthur Hayes on Zcash, I believe it is. I remember seeing this ages ago. It's soaring past $350 US, which is wild. We've got Australian crypto firms back draft new laws. The Australian government is being incredibly tough on cryptocurrency and exchanges nowadays, especially with AML and CTF, and that's anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing laws. And there's new laws that are coming in next year, which is going to be interesting as well, I should say. We'll go through that. And is this the worst bull run ever? This is an article that came out on Crypto Slate. How institutions, memes, and macro turn crypto's glory cycle into a grind. It is a grind at the moment. Very, very frustrating. We're going to go through that and, of course, all the news on X today. And let's just bring it back here. We've got a few more people jumping in. Bunnings snags go well. Yes, they do, Josh. I quite like them. They're world famous here in Australia. Julie got a wine. That's good. I'd love a wine right now, to be honest. The Aussie taco, yeah, it is. Bunnings gets me every time. It's like the smell when you walk into a Bunnings warehouse. You can just smell the barbecue going. It's like, oh, that smells really good. G'day from Norway. Welcome from Norway. That's amazing. Let's see how cool is this. We've got people from all over the world. Anyway, guys, let's get into it. Massive shout out and thank you to every single one of you who have joined the live stream and have subscribed to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you are new, make sure you smash the subscribe button down there and turn on that little bell notification, because as you can see right here, I love documenting my journey with investing with cryptos, dividend stocks, growth stocks, talking about passive income, building financial freedom, and of course my goal at the end of the day is to build generational wealth. So come along on this incredible journey. It's been insane so far. Also, if you can give this live stream a thumbs up, watch it straight through, would really help me push this channel out to a lot more people, because the YouTube algorithm is absolute magic when you find ladies and gentlemen do that. So make sure you give it a thumbs up, guys. It doesn't cost you anything. It's down there. You rock. Also, little disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research and due diligence with this stuff, all right? I don't want to see anyone get financially hurt. That is why my number one golden rule is I only invest what I can afford to lose. And yeah, we don't like to lose, ladies and gentlemen, but you can lose money like that in the blink of an eye in crypto and, of course, any other investment. So please be careful. Do your own research. This live stream is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Formalities are out of the way. Have a sip of the espresso. I've had a lot of coffee today because I had my family member's wedding on the weekend, and I'm probably still a little bit hungover, to be honest with you. That's real. Coming over to the post tab on YouTube. Welcome to the live stream, guys. There are rumors circulating around, which I thought this was really incredible, but Brad Garlinghouse, again, is set to be the leading candidate for President Trump's crypto advisory board. This would be absolutely bullish news if, you know, Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, was to get this position under President Donald Trump. This is wild news. So let's see what happens with that, because I'm sure Brad would make an announcement for this. Also, I believe Wave of Innovation, again, incredible, convention, I guess, for Ripple and the XRP ledger. Brad's confirmed he's attending here in Australia, so I'll let everyone know what's happening with that. I'll be definitely attending that for sure, because how cool would it be to watch Brad Garlinghouse live in person? That'd be amazing. So we'll get into that later. We've got Bitcoin, again, moving nicely up above 115,000 US dollars today. The total market cap's 3.9 trillion. The volume, though, is $156 billion, which is nice. We're still at 27 out of 100 on the altcoin season index. Last week, the 24th, that's Friday, market open, negative outflows of $3 million. So it's been very flat pretty much all week, other than the 21st of October, we had $618 million in the, $600 million in these Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, and it's just been really flat. Honestly, it's just been nuts. I think a lot has to do with this government shutdown in the United States, and like these ETFs are like literally waiting to explode on the market. What have we got? Some questions. Chris, espresso at this time? Probably you just had dinner. No, I'm still at the office. I work non-stop at the moment. So, yeah, I've still got the espresso. But have an espresso at dinner if you're having dinner. When is Dumptober finishing? Hello from Orange, New South Wales. Hopefully soon. We just have to wait for these government shutdowns in the United States to be, obviously end. I can't wait for that, because these ETFs are just, we're all waiting. Now, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm not signing my watch list. But let's just go to the cryptocurrency prices today. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, we've got Bitcoin at 115,000 US dollars, up 3.38% in the last 24 hours. We've got Ethereum sitting at 4,100, up 6%. BNB 1,152 US dollars, which is wild to think about that, 2.78%. XRP at 0.38%. It is up still 6.76% in the last 7 days. A lot of people get frustrated when they see the price of XRP, one of my favorite cryptocurrencies. And if you come over here, I just want to make everyone aware of this. If you go to the year, it is up 411% this year alone. So When in doubt, zoom out. That's what we all say in the crypto world. Anyway, Solana's back up above $200, 4% today, which is nice. Dogecoin 20 cents. Does anyone still hold Dogecoin? Let me know in the live chat. Again, Hedera sitting up as well, 4% and 18 cents, which is nice. Litecoin, $99. It has dropped back down that $100 mark. Zcash, let me know in the live chat if you have. That's up, 47% in the last 7 days, 17% in the last 24 hours. That's interesting. I mean, that's been doing incredibly well. Scrolling down, WorldCoin, 93 cents. I did see a comment in here, XDC just pump right now. Sinfin, XDC is a gem in my opinion. Trade finance, it is tokenizing gold. It's just definitely been in my portfolio for a very long time. It's up 1.4%, which is pretty cool. And Quant, 0.56%, 83 US dollars. Let's have a look here. We've got Chris. When you zoom out and see those W's, mate, can't wait for the pump. 100%. We're just getting started in this space. Honestly, it's crazy to think what's coming. EarnCurve, my spot crypto exchange. Thank you for those of you that have signed up. We're almost at 700 registered users now, which is amazing. Honestly, the support that you guys have shown me for this is unbelievable. A lot of you are trading here with the Octobots, which is awesome. As you can see, my XRP bots are trading flat out. And if you do come over to Octobot, I'm going to show you this. So my XRP Navigator bot is up 4.8% in the last, 5 days, which is pretty crazy to think about that. I don't even know what that figure would be annualized. I haven't done the numbers yet. I think I did something the other day. I think it was around about 200 or 300% in a year, which is ridiculous. And it's going to go a lot higher than that. This is trading the markets for me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I haven't touched this since when I started, you can see the date here. What is this? This is the 20th of the 10th right now. So again, that's 7 days ago. I'm just going to let this run. Don't need to touch a single thing. 4.8%. There you go. That's pretty bullish. And of course, I'm trading Sui. Ethereum right here's up 3.3%. Topcoins Accelerator bot's up 0.26%. Solana's up 1.9%. The Sui bot's an interesting one because, again, this just got launched the other day. I launched this on the exchange. As you can see, it's sold a significant amount of time. It's up 2.8%. And when did I start this? Let's have a look. Again, 22nd of October. So it wasn't that long ago, and it's already showing 2.8. You imagine what's going to happen when these ETFs go live. Anyway, I love Octobot. If you haven't signed up, go sign up. Start trading with it. There are, different bots and different grid strategies that you can use for any kind of budget or whatever you want to trade with. Really, it's amazing. So if you come over here to, of course, strategies, click the little compass icon, go down to my exchange, EarnCurve, Topcoins Accelerator bot. This trades a lot of altcoins, which is really cool. Or you can do the grid strategies, which I personally like. The grid strategies are really cool because it's fully automated and it's going to capture that market gain with, I should say, the trailing up. So when these ETFs get launched, institutions, there's like nearly 200 ETFs that get approved. The capital is going to flow into these ETFs, and of course, these prices are going to go up. The grid bots on Octobot and of course EarnCurve will capture that for you, and that's one of the big things why I wanted to obviously get this up and running as quick as possible. But I'll just quickly show you this SUI USDT pair to see what that's doing. Let's have a look here. If I scroll down on the altcoin list, there we are. It's in the green actually, which is nice. There you go. Let's just go here down here. As you can see, a lot of trades today. There's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades selling and then buying and selling. So you can see here, the limit orders are placed in the book and it just takes the profit and puts it back into USDT. So it's accumulating USDT in my account. And if I do show you my account, so you guys know I'm not pulling your leg right here. If I go to my balance, let me just show you. Let's have a look here. As you can see, it's accumulating USDT. Currently it's 757 USDT. And of course, it's just trading for me, which I love because I don't have to do anything. Anyway, if you want to learn how to do this, I've got a full video on my channel. Go to this one, the multi-bots video, I should say, right here. Full timestamps. This took me like 2 hours to film this and edit. So again, go check that video out. Start your trading, KYC, and I will apply a 10% discount to your trading account on EarnCurve, all right? And again, I've got the lowest fees literally in the country, if not the world at the moment. I know a lot of people have been putting up their fees. I've kept them here, 0.1 for maker trading fees and taker trading fees of 0.3 once you've verified and KYC. So again, a government issued ID, driver's license, again, it could be a passport and a utility bill, just to make sure it's you, and a photograph holding it up saying cheese. Here you go, it's just filled out a buy order on Ethereum. How good's that? So go sign up, guys. It's already gone up to 5% as I've been on this live stream. How cool is that? There you go. Let's have a quick look. This actually just went up. You guys saw it. Let's have a look here. There you go. It's sold. Really nice. How good's that? There you go. See? It's just trading profits. Now, I've got a couple questions here. G'day from your neighbor across the ditch. Welcome. Have you got the app yet? The app is a significant cost. I don't think a lot of people understand how expensive it is to run a crypto exchange and get liquidity, market makers, all that kind of stuff. And the app development, it's like tens of thousands of dollars. It's wild. So it will be coming, as well as fiat on ramps and off ramps as well, to use debit cards and credit cards to deposit funds on here. And obviously the license requirements are getting stricter here in Australia in terms of being essentially a remittance platform, so holding users cash and so forth. It's very intense. So, but it's coming, guys. It's slowly building. Just need to obviously keep growing the exchange from what it is at the moment. So again, spot crypto exchange. And again, you can trade all your favorite assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the bullish ones as well, I should say. My Bitcoin bot's going nicely as well. Let's just scroll down here and see what it's done today. 27. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sell orders today, which is nice. So again, it needs more capital. The more capital, the better, and the bot will trade for you. So anyway, any questions, you can email me at earnkevinvest.com. Go do that, jump on, and start your XRP bot, because this thing's going to go wild. And you can email me here, guys, just to let you know. Now, let's move on to the news. Let's have a look here. We've got a couple of things. How about fiat currency deposit? Not yet. It will be coming to EarnCurve soon. The integration cost for that alone is huge. 20, 30 or 40,000 US dollars to integrate that into the exchange. So I'm working on it. It's a work in progress, just developing and building it on, but I will integrate that very soon for sure. We've got Anthony. I need you to come to my house and help me get this set up, mate, from South the Coast. If you watch the video, Ray's right here, Multibots Live, it's full on. I've done timestamps in here, so it makes life a lot easier, guys. So you can hear the bots trading for me. You think we'll get staking in Australia? No, unfortunately, I don't think we'll get staking anytime soon, that's for sure. Because the Australian government doesn't want crypto exchanges to offer that. So again, it becomes a bit of an issue with staking, that's for sure. Very frustrating, but hopefully that changes with new legislation that comes through. But anyway, let's move on to this news. We do have the first United States spot XRP ETF surpassing $100 million in assets. This is REX Osprey. I mean, they've got the title of the first ETF in the United States, which is awesome. And let's read the article right here. But the first United States exchange-traded fund offering spot exposure to XRP has crossed $100 million in assets under management. According to the issuer, REX Osprey, the REX Osprey XRP ETF, ticker XRPR, reached a threshold barely a month after its launch on September 18th. So it hasn't been that long. And the fund gives investors direct exposure to XRP, now that the fourth largest cryptocurrency by market cap. I wish it was number 2. It will be soon, don't worry. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission has postponed decisions on at least 6 other spot XRP ETFs. You can hear the bots trading flat out, can't you? Due to the recent government shutdown, and that a delay has effectively made XRPR the benchmark for the gauging American market appetite for the token. Really, really cool to see that this is waiting. And while XRPR continues to attract strong inflows, Brazil's Hashdex Nasdaq XRP ETF, which launched earlier, holds about 282 million Brazilian reals, roughly $52 million in assets. The contrast shows how quickly the United States markets have embraced regulated XRP exposure once available. You can imagine what's going to happen when 155 ETFs get approved. That's really bullish. Well done. The market analysts say that the ETF success shows a mix of rising confidence in digital assets and growing desire for regulated on-ramps, many investors prefer ETFs over direct holdings for compliance and custody reasons, particularly when navigating complex US tax securities rules, which is nice. And beyond the ETFs, institutional activity around XRP is accelerating. CME Group recently expanded its XRP offerings by introducing XRP options. Following a strong performance of its XRP futures market, which is bullish, since launching in May, CME has reported over 567,000 XRP futures contracts, which is massive, representing $26.9 billion in national volume. Does anyone see that number? Corporations join XRP play, and the corporate side of the market is also shifting. Evernorth, a new treasury and liquidity management firm, is preparing for NASDAQ listing, recently announced plans to hold XRP, and they're going to be raising, $1 billion to acquire this. And we do have XRP resuming its bullish run. I know a lot of people are friggin' frustrated with this. It has been frustrating with this market, but you can't really do much because of the government shutdown. So, everyone has to just be a little bit patient with this. Let's have a look here. Doppler is also a good staking platform. Yes, be careful with staking your cryptos, by the way. Have a look at the latest acquisition from Ripple and the Hidden Road. Be patient, 100%. You need to be patient in this space, ladies and gentlemen. You just have to. Now, this is really cool, though. Ripple-backed Evernorth could mirror MicroStrategy's Bitcoin strategy for massive XRP buys. If it's anything like Michael Saylor and just dollar cost averaging, once a month or, whenever they can raise enough capital, they're going to be buying it up off the market. I'd love to see that. And a growing number of XRP supporters are drawing parallels between Evernorth and MicroStrategy's impact on the crypto market. How exciting would that be? We also have Ethereum bull Tom Lee insists Ethereum is still in a super cycle right now. What do you think? Let me know in the live chat what you think about this. Let's have a look. Have to watch it all again. Welcome, 49s, Fine Silver. You haven't missed much. We've just gone over a lot of bullish XRP news. Tom Lee has reaffirmed his bullish view that Ethereum is in a super cycle. But there's an interview on X we're going to watch with fundamentals outpacing its current price. He highlighted rising activity across Ethereum's Layer 1 and Layer 2 networks, driven by largely stablecoin demand, of course. Rob Kiyosaki linked Ethereum's rise to Bitcoin, betting on its long-term gains similar to what Lee's Bitmine is doing, which is nice. Tom Lee, I did listen to an incredible podcast, by the way, with Tom Lee, and he did state that, again, the network itself had really no downtime for 10 years, which is pretty incredible. And Wall Street is building the backbone of 24-hour equities on Ethereum, which is going to be incredible, because imagine you're going to be buying stocks and bonds and treasuries and whatever else you want to buy on the stock market, but you can do that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I think this is going to be a major shift in the equities market, because instead of waiting, for market open on Wall Street, in Australia at the moment, because of the time difference, we have to wait till about 12:30 at night, which is, AM, so to speak. So it's exhausting to trade the market. Imagine if you didn't have to do that anymore and it's global. I can't wait for that. It's going to be absolutely huge. Now, again, for those of you in the United States, you can confirm this or tell me what the news is, by the way. But the Fed is poised to cut rates next week as inflation eases in September. The US CPI rose 0.3% in September, slightly below expectations, which again is good, with annual inflation around about 3%. Rate cut odds hit 98.6% for October, 94.5% in December. The CME FedWatch data. President Trump's new tariffs could threaten to re-accelerate inflation despite easing trends. We'll see what happens in terms of the rate cuts, but that is definitely bullish news for, of course, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. I really do wish they would cut the rates here in Australia, because, a lot of people coming into Christmas are struggling financially. It's horrible to see that in Australia, and I keep saying this all the time. The Reserve Bank should cut the rates down at least, 50 basis points, like at least give people a bit of a relief for Christmas. But, a lot of analysts are predicting that the Reserve Bank's not going to be cutting rates. They're going to be holding pattern for quite some time until next year, which is it's very tough for us Aussies here at the moment. There's a lot of people struggling, in mortgage stress, rental stress. Some people can't even afford to put food on their table. It's horrible. And I want to see that change very, very soon, that's for sure. And I hope crypto in the next couple of months after this US government shutdown goes parabolic and helps a lot of people out before Christmas, that's for sure, around the world and in Australia in particular. Solana started a fresh increase above the 200 zone, which is nice. I've been bullish on Solana for a very long time. And Sol's price is now, again, consolidating above the $200 mark. The bots are still trading. You can hear them on EarnCurve. And might aim for more gains above the 208 zone. And Solana price started a fresh upward move above $188 and $195 levels against the US dollar, which is nice. So let me know in the live chat if you've bought Solana. I got it in when it collapsed with FTX. It was a buying opportunity. Let's have a look here. Thanks. I want to start using trading with you, but need fiat currency in Oz. You can use, obviously, other exchanges, by the way, Tibor, if you would like to, jump on EarnCurve and you deposit USDT, because I don't have that fiat on-ramp element yet. It's only spot crypto spot crypto exchanges. So again, you've got Bitcoin deposits, USDT, Ethereum, XRP. If you are going to be depositing XRP onto EarnCurve, make sure you include the wallet tag. That's very important, right? So I can track that if there's any issues. You need to do that. But USDT, I personally like USDT and putting it on TRX because the fees are quite low and it's quite fast. What else have we got here? I don't know, I've almost missed that, and we've gone through that. I saw an article on miners getting a loan to survive the mining process. Wow. Let's have a look here. Solana got some, made more with Zback. Okay, fair enough. Now, interesting though, again, Zcash, again, is soaring at the moment. It's up 30% in the last 24 hours. And again, Arthur Hayes has put out a $10,000 price prediction, sparks massive trader FOMO and social media frenzy. Be careful with this. It's up to you, but just be careful because it can have major pullbacks. And we do have Australian crypto news. Crypto firms are backing draft laws, but critical questions still remain. Of course, this is an evolving process. There are new regulations coming in next year. And Australia's crypto industry has largely backed the government's draft crypto legislation released last month, but it still has responded to a Treasury consultation with demands for further clarity. And the draft legislation, as it stands, leaves some critical questions unanswered. We've got BTC Markets in here, SwiftX that are speaking about this, and obviously CoinSpot. And I have seen these through Austrac, believe it or not. But we support the government's intent to bring structure in digital asset sector, which is definitely needed. And on the Friday last week, the Treasury concluded the consultation that began in late September on draft rules extending finance sector laws to crypto exchanges. So some crypto exchanges here in Australia will now have to register for and come under the same category as a banking license or an AFSL. That is definitely going to be a requirement now for the Australian government because cryptocurrencies are becoming more and more entwined into the traditional finance system, which is quite fascinating, ladies and gents. So it's definitely challenging. It's, have to be navigated. But I do believe I did see something interestingly, though, with these new draft laws, that if an exchange has, under $10 million in terms of volume and so forth, that it wouldn't require that. But so we'll see how we go. It's an ever-evolving landscape right now, and the draft law would create two financial products under the Corporations Act, digital asset platform and a tokenized custody platform, both of which would require an Australian Financial Services Licence and registration with this, obviously ASIC, the Australian Securities and Investments Commission. So it's evolving. We're very slow here in Australia. It's taken a long time. I really do wish there was, a lot more speed to these regulations like the United States. But, it's evolving very much so. And there was something interesting that came out as well, I will say, about a cash in Australia. It is becoming non-existent. We do have a central bank digital currency, which is running on, I think it's AUDC, running on Hedera. And there was something that came out from the Federal Treasurer here in Australia as well, that they're thinking of removing cash, and they're keeping it only a requirement for cash for, essential, food and fuel, like, gasoline, so to speak, right? It's interesting to see what's happening here, but we do have a central bank digital currency running on Hedera at the moment, which is pretty wild. So let's have a look here. We've got some more questions. The government is trying to keep on top of what we owe them, 100%. They're always got their hand out asking for money, that's for sure. If the government let us have crypto, there would be less people wanting government's help. AUDD, thank you, Chris, for that one. Big Four or Ripple partners. Yes, they are. Welcome, Lance, to the live stream. Moving on, let's get to this. Is this the worst bull cycle ever, or what do you think? Is it going to be absolutely ridiculous once these 155 ETFs get approved? I'm curious about that, and I have finished my last espresso for the day. If I have any more, I'm not sleeping, that's for sure. What do you think about this? One frustrated altcoin trader says the quiet part out loud. This isn't a euphoric bull cycle crypto hoped for. It's stripped down reality check. Institutions sucked the air out of the room. Wall Street didn't just arrive this cycle. It moved in and redecorated. BlackRock, Fidelity, Goldman Sachs didn't come to speculate. They came to own the infrastructure, custody networks, and tokenized real-world assets. Institutional adoption is a tidy headline, but what really means is extraction at scale. They're not playing meme coins or hunting airdrops. They bought the pipes, liquidity rails, and compliance corridors that everyone else had to rent. Which is, again, this has definitely got a point. You know, he's got a point here in this article. Now, meme coins and collapse of meaning. If the institutions professionalized the space, meme coins disfigured it. What began as a satire became the dormant narrative of 2024 and 2025. Every week bought a new community token, of course it did, or a new animal, a new political in-joke, and a new, obviously, wave of burden holders. Meme coins turned crypto into casino with no exit doors. Stay away from meme coins. That's just my opinion. You can do otherwise. A lot of people have lost a lot of money on meme coins. The only real ones that, again, I've seen people gain value from, again, was Dogecoin, really, but other than that, I do hold Dogecoin and Shiba Inu in my portfolio, but I've been holding those for like 5 years. Yeah, and then of course we have, the rate hikes and the risk-off reversal. Even macro backdrop worked against the risk as President Trump's trade wars and tariffs praised some by protectionism triggered the 20% drawdown in equities and sapped liquidity out of markets, combined with persistently high interest rates. Capital became expensive, speculative flows dried up. Risk assets like crypto, of course, flatlined. And Bitcoin is the sole survivor of this bull cycle, and yet amid all of the wreckage, Bitcoin persists slow, steady, and sovereign. Institutional capital has cemented its legitimacy while everything else burns. What do you think about that? Bitcoin's strength is underwritten by, of course, macro forces and regulatory acceptance. I honestly do believe, the fact that Bitcoin's still doing insanely well this year. I just can't wait until these ETFs get approved, because things are going to change dramatically. Got a few comments here. I don't think it will move in cycles anymore. 100%, I don't think it will move the king in cycles. I think it's definitely a change in landscape in the crypto land. This space. I don't think we're going to be seeing crypto cycles like we have been in the last few years. I think it's definitely changed now. It's become institutionalized, but we're still early. There's still a lot of adoption that needs to happen. The ETFs are literally in the last, nearly 11 months have just started to take effect, and we're still waiting, but the shutdowns paused everything. But I don't think we're going to be seeing these 4-year cycles anymore, that's for sure. Small cycles, maybe with the influence of Bitcoin, maybe. Yes, 100%. Tibor, do you have any views on running a short on XRP? Very soon will be hard to sell, trade. Listening to some videos, it starts to appear more and more. Some people even advise using several exchanges. Running short, I don't recommend running anything at the moment, because there's just so much happening in this space. I'm very bullish on long positions, really, and I've got my bots trading on EarnCurve for that. So let's have a look here. Josh, sorry, too much coffee. Just thought about the cost of the app. Why not crowdfund it? And your subscribers, of course. It is a good idea. John, honestly, the integration for the mobile application is a huge cost. It definitely could be crowdfunded. A lot of people have obviously supported me and funded it. Without you guys, I couldn't have done this, and of course get this, to where it is now and up and running. And it's just been incredible, the amount of support. Honestly, I've gotten more support from my followers than I have, people that I know. It's amazing, and you guys absolutely rock. You've changed my life for sure, and yeah, it definitely should be something I'd consider. But again, I just have to work out the nuts and bolts and the actual cost to keep it running as well. I mean, because it's not only just getting the app up and running. Of course, it's the maintenance of it, and I guess the servers as well, which cost big dollars to get that up and running. But anyway, thank you for that. That's a good suggestion, John. Utilities will move the market 100%. The new Wall Street. Yes, it is going to be the new Wall Street. That is for sure. 100%. Tibor, sorry, I meant not shorting, but running down available on market XRP availability to trade. Look, I think once the institutions become a part of this industry, I think the availability of these cryptocurrencies, obviously, if liquidity is what you're talking about in terms of being, available on the market. I mean, I haven't even checked what XRP's actually current circulating supply is. If that's what you're meaning, let's just have a look here out of curiosity. I haven't checked this, but we've got 99 supply, and obviously supply is 100 billion. Circulating at the moment, where are we? Let's have a look right now. I actually can't see what's circulating at the moment, which is interesting. But I do believe that the exchanges will start to run out of these cryptocurrencies. No doubt in my mind that they will. They'll start to run out of them because these institutions will be, they'll be buying it in bulk, so to speak. Some bloke did 30 million on Bitcoin long. Wow, that's insane. Nothing is short. Bitcoin as Satoshis and XRP has drops. Plenty of XRP. There you go. Garlinghouse stated 99% of crypto go away. He's 100% right, because the ones that'll stick around, I remember Brad saying this a while ago now, but yes, I think that 99% of them will disappear. The ones that will stay here are the ones with real world utility. I've said this for 5 years on my channel. I think the ones that will stick around are the ones that, payment rails of the future, building infrastructure for, the US stock market, 100%. Let's have a listen to a couple of videos, guys. This is Tom Lee, Super Cycle for Ethereum.
Similar to what happened to Wall Street in 1971. Because in 1971, the US withdrew from the gold standard. So the dollar became actually synthetic, completely synthetic. So Wall Street stepped in to make sure the dollar stayed the reserve currency. So they built futures, CDs, money markets, and it succeeded because within 10 years, even though the dollar was only 27% of GDP, it became 53% of central bank reserves and 80% of all financial market quotes. So the yen didn't win, the Deutsche Mark didn't win, or the French franc. In 2025, we're tokenizing more than just the dollar. The stable coin is the breakout product, which is a tokenized dollar. But as you know, Larry Fink, Robinhood, they want to tokenize everything on the blockchain, and they're going to build it on a neutral public chain, which is right now 70% of that is happening on Ethereum. So Ethereum is experiencing that same 1971 moment where Wall Street's rebuilding everything onto a blockchain, which we think will be Ethereum. Ethereum could recover its Bitcoin Ethereum ratios, 2021 highs. That would put Ethereum at around 21,000 per token. So it's, I think, an undervalued asset. And by acquiring more and staking it, we benefit from the power law. But
did you just hear what Tom Lee just said? $21,000 per coin for Ethereum. That is just mind blowing. I think a lot of people can't comprehend that. But if you're tokenizing Wall Street, of course, there's going to be trillions of dollars transacted on the Ethereum network. That is for sure. I've not been a fan of Ethereum because of the high gas fees over the years, and it's gotten a lot better. I will admit to that. The gas fees for Ethereum have gotten a lot better, a lot cheaper to send money. I remember at the peak of the bull market in it was like 2019, 21. I remember people spending like thousands of dollars in gas fee alone on Ethereum, but they had no other choice. But it has gotten a lot better. Let's have a look here. XRP will be scarce. So much will be locked up. 100%. They need it for liquidity purposes, for foreign exchange and, cross-border payments. How many Ethereum are there? That's a really good question. Let's have a look and see. Actually, I actually am curious about that. We'll have a quick look and see what's actually out there at the moment, if my computer wants to load. So we've got, so look at that. So total supply is 120 million. and circulating is 120 million. So yeah, of course. In the last year it's up 6%, 4% in the last month. In the last week it's up 2.8%. So yeah, Ethereum, it is a part of my portfolio, but we'll see where that goes. We have billionaire and Pantera Capital CEO just said that Bitcoin is about to go parabolic. Let's have a listen to this. Thank you, Vivek, and thank you, Pompulano, for that previous video. Listen to this.
Although, the past cycles are indicative or predictive of, how it's gone in the past, the regulatory change in the U.S., I think, just trump everything. They're just huge. And so I think we still have another leg to this rally to go. And so I think if all these endowments come in, all these sovereigns come in that we're seeing, we're going to put the money to work, right? When we raise the money, we're not going to sit around for 5 years. We're going to do it, and our peers are going to do the same. So I think the next 6 to 12 months are still big rally. And again, I know it sounds, it can.
I know it's horrible because you're going to be hung by the internet by saying you said it was going to extend, but I think it's going to extend.
They've got a point. It's definitely well and truly on its way. Listen to this, guys. This is an amazing interview with Eric Trump.
Building real, hotels, golf courses.
Got to turn up my volume.
Buildings, right? Commercial buildings, etc. That's what I've done. If there's anybody's eyes who shouldn't have been open to the world of cryptocurrency, it was mine. Other than I realized the power that these banks had, and I realized how they were exerting that power, and they were canceling businesses all over our country. It was political. It was forced. They were targeting people that they didn't like. It wasn't fair. And then you realize that there's not a single thing that those banks do that can't be done better, cheaper, more efficiently, faster on blockchain. Why is it that the modern financial system runs 9 to 5, Monday through Friday? Why is it, Maria, that if you want to go get a loan and you've been banking with a certain bank for 30 years, it would probably take you 100 days to go do it, and you'd be filling out antiquated paper forms? It doesn't make sense, right? And again, that's why I fell in love with crypto, and I truly believe that Bitcoin is one of the greatest stores of value, immediately liquid, an unbelievable hedge against real estate, and something we're really excited to go along.
100%. He's right. 1,000%. It is so true. It's not funny. We've got a few more people here. Ethereum is maximum supply is unlimited. Well, that's scary. That is scary, to be honest. And yeah, I do think XRP is definitely going to be trumping that. No pun intended. Let's have a look here. ETH got a free pass. It did. Mark, I started in Jan this year, right after the election for the United States. I'm a late comer. I wish I started years prior. However, I'm convinced that adding where I can. Thanks for educating us, mate. You're welcome, Mark. You're definitely not late. You are early in this space, and I wish more people around the world would pay very close attention to what's going on here and the infrastructure and the ground foundations that are being laid at the moment in the United States and globally for cryptocurrencies is quite remarkable when you think about it. It's had literally done a 180 in terms of where we were last year, this time last year, and now where we're currently sitting in this space it's insane. It's incredible to see what's happened here. I'm thinking Ethereum is a head fake for now. Gas fees are high, and the banks are using Lena. There you go. Bitcoin is not the one. Well, when you think about it, when XRP gets spoken about and the amount that there's sitting $100 million in assets under management under one ETF at the moment, think about that. Canada East Coast checking in. Welcome, Canada. Welcome. Again, we've got the Bitcoin Treasury CEO, Elliot Johnson, says XRP is the answer. Let's have a listen to this, guys.
I send from Toronto can get to South Africa, but maybe not. And then I have to go chase after it. It's ridiculous. And so XRP is you just tell that story, and then you say, but there's also this protocol, and it's called XRP, and it's a cryptocurrency, and it's built for seamless instant payments. And as every country kind of comes onto the network and has a liquid local market, you can send on one, receive on the other, and then people are like, okay, I kind of get why you want that. It's like Western Union, except that doesn't cost me an arm and a leg, and it's like, that's right. And so it's all part of the same story. And what I love about it is it's another one to talk about, right? It's another example to talk about that, again, wakes people up to the fact that this is what's happening. This is what this asset class is all about. And And again, like if you live in your small world in your own country, and I don't mean that to offend anybody, but if you only live inside your own country and you only operate in your own economy, and you're lucky enough to be in a developed Western nation, you go ahead, by all means, go ahead and ignore these advances in digital assets because you probably don't need them yet for yourself. But there are a lot of people in the world for whom this stuff is actually a meaningful improvement in their
100% it is a meaningful improvement in people's lives. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Again, I've been into crypto since 2016, and like it's just developed and evolved so much, and it's just the beginning. It's really exciting. It's fascinating. I don't know. I just love it. I'm addicted to it, to be honest with you. We've got Quant is better. Quant has a maximum supply of 14 million, which again, it should be a lot higher. I don't know what's going on with the Quant network recently. I'll have to check in on that. I think is it Gilbert Viridian, who's the founder of Quant? Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember. But I think he's an Aussie. If I'm not mistaken, he's an Australian that is the CEO of Quant. Let's have a look here. Yapoon's in the house. Welcome, Yapoon. Then Bitcoin. Ripple went after Bhutan, CBDC, and now Ethereum is going after digital IDs. They're all working together. We're still early in this space. Coin Bureau, thank you for this. The Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index has escaped fear for the first time since the crypto crash, that massive $19 billion. And yes, Bitcoin did go a lot higher. Go watch this video on my channel. I'm not going to play it now, but it's really, really cool. I like this as an entrepreneur, seeing these kind of clips. And yeah, President Trump's 100% right with this. It's amazing. Yes, as you can see right here, Nate Garasi, thank you for this. The next 2 weeks, Spot, XRP, Solana, Litecoin, and other ETFs filings all lined up and ready for launch. And that looks like the Hoover Dam. And I've been there, and that is big. Big week as well with Solana. They're tweeting this out. Seriously week. There you go. We had the Gold Coast Supercars. I'm bullish on racing. I love it, especially the Formula One. Absolutely devastated for Oscar Piastri, the Aussie Formula One driver. Again, I think the World Championship may have been robbed from him, but he needs to bring that World Championship home. Oscar, if for whatever reason you're watching this, or crypto, whatever it is, mate, bring the World Championship home back to Australia, mate, especially Melbourne for sure. Anyway, I hope he does. Moving on, again, we did have Michael Saylor putting out another dollar cost averaging day. He just loves to dollar cost average. I just want to check this right now. Bitcoin portfolio value. How wild is this? He's holding $72 billion in Bitcoin. $72 billion. When you're at that level, it just seems like, I don't even know. I wouldn't even be able to, a lot of people would not even be able to comprehend that kind of value. Absolutely mind blown. XRP ETF hits 100 million, which is nice. Will Ethereum flip Bitcoin? Tom Lee attempts to convince Cathie Wood. This is an interesting one. Listen to this.
Rewind a little bit to 1971. In our chairman's message last month, we addressed how gold versus Wall Street grew post-1971. So 1971 was when Nixon formally withdrew the U.S. from the gold standard. In 1971, the dollar became fully synthetic because it was no longer backed by anything. So there was a risk that the world would go off the dollar standard. So in stepped Wall Street to create products, propagate the future of Wall Street, from money market funds to credit to mortgage-backed securities to futures. And dollar dominance by the end of that period went from 27% of GDP terms, but to 57% of central bank reserves and 80% of financial transaction quotes. And the market cap of equities today is 40 trillion compared to 2 trillion for gold. So in other words, gold is 5% of all available assets. And so in 2025, as we move not just dollars onto the blockchain, which is stablecoins, but we'll move stocks and real estate, dollar dominance is going to be the opportunity of Ethereum. So digital gold is Bitcoin. And so in that world, we believe Ethereum could flip Bitcoin, similar to how Wall Street and equities flipped gold.
Wow, that is a pretty bold statement from Tom Lee. Wow, I don't know. Let me know what you think about that in the live chat. CZ, with Dana White. That is bullish. I'd love to go. I haven't actually been to a UFC fight for sure. This video of Brad Garlinghouse is absolutely hilarious. Go watch that. And that is pretty much it. And fun fact, 10 years ago, this was yesterday, Bitcoin was 283 US dollars. That's wild. That's absolutely wild. How can most of you YouTubers say we are in a bull market when most altcoins and tokens are 50 to 80% down this year? That used to be defined as a bear market. Only Bitcoin has defied the odds. Because we're in a government shutdown. The entire landscape is different now. It's totally different. It's becoming institutionalized. The entire crypto market is becoming institutionalized by Wall Street. And yeah, the altcoins are down. I mean, look, but you know, if you're still sticking in with the top 10 altcoins, and I mean cryptocurrencies with real world utility, you have to look at the year. You just have to look at the yearly return. Like, I don't even need to say it. Like, just look at the year. I mean, XRP is up 412% this year alone. I mean, look at this. 2024. XRP was 55 cents in 2024. And, you know, what is that? November. Look at where we're at now. It just goes to show that people need to be patient in this space. And it's going to be a very different landscape, that's for sure. Absolutely. That is it for today's video, guys. I'm just having a read of your comments now. Let's have a look here. You have the wrong tokens. I'm in the black. Okay, alts up from early last year, buddy. 100%. They're up. They're definitely up. I hate to say it, but I remember watching it at 3 cents. Yeah, well, there you go. I remember being like, you know, in the 15, 20 cents, to be honest with you. It was unbelievable. Should have accumulated more, but you know, we can always say that. But anyway, guys, go join EarnCurve, my spot crypto exchange, if you haven't done so already. KYC, and I will apply 10% discount. And of course, get your Octobots trading. As you can see, we're up 5% right here, which is nice. I'm just going to let that go. It's just dropped back to 4.9. It's just slowly accumulating USDT and trading the markets for me, completely automated. So it's amazing. Just going to let these bots run. Let's have a look at what the other ones are doing at the moment quickly. Oh, there we go. So 4.9 for XRP. That's been what, like 5 days, 6 days. We've got the Ethereum one up 3.3%. Topcoins Accelerator is up 0.24%. Solana's up 1.89. The Bitcoin one I need to have a look at. That's down 3.79. I'm not really worried about that. The Sui one's up 2.6, which is nice. So again, you can start your own strategies with the AI, I should say, as well. And I should email over a couple of prompts for you guys to use. So if you haven't done so, join up, register KYC, and I will apply that 10%. And I'll email everyone tomorrow with some updated prompts for you guys to use in the AI feature on Octobot, which is really cool. But anyway, guys, thanks for joining the live stream. You guys absolutely rock. Any questions about EarnCurve, go to earncurveinvest.com. You can email me there. Also, the links are all below in the video description. And of course, stay bullish, ladies and gents. And if you need anything in terms of the instructional video, go watch the Multibots live video. That's full step-by-step timestamped video for you. And that explains how to set everything up with the Multibots on EarnCurve. Guys, stay bullish, stay positive. And I'll speak to everyone soon. All right, we'll see what happens on the market open tonight on Wall Street. Peace out, bulls. Thank you to those 859 people. You guys absolutely rock. Yeah, go and have an espresso for me if it's the morning wherever you are in the world. Peace out, guys. Take care of yourselves, all right? Bye.